Back to the southwestern part of the country, and the Osun State House of Assembly was besieged by protesting lecturers of the state-owned tertiary institutions over their unpaid salaries in the last 8 months. Now, the lecturers, under the aegis of Council of Academic Staff Union of Osun State-owned tertiary institutions, also say that they are no longer interested in the state's contributory pension scheme. Not only that, an attempt by the House leadership to address them failed as tension mounted.
These lecturers of the state-owned polytechnics and colleges of education from across the state began to arrive at the State House of Assembly as early as 8 a.m. chanting songs of solidarity with placards bearing various inscriptions. The workers marched on to the assembly complex to meet with the lawmakers to pour out their grievances.
We are here to register our displeasure on the non-payment of our salary, the fraudulent contributory pension scheme, and what the government has been doing in remitting all this money. And our children are resuming to school now. We don't have money to pay.
Few hours after, the chief whip of the House, Honorable Folonsho Bamishayemi, received the protesters and promised that all issues concerning their salaries will receive prompt attention.
This place is a committee of grievances. Be free to ventilate. Yes. Gentlemen, we sort out these issues. 3 days.
This seemed to have fallen on deaf ears as the workers insisted on seeing the speaker, who arrived 30 minutes later. The lecturers wasted no time in expressing their frustration.
Government has cut our salaries. The financial effect of last promotion and the migration policies that have already taken national effect, policies that have already imposed additional workload on people, policies that has made a principal lecturer a chief lecturer, and by virtue of which he has been performing extra duties. It is time to implement it financially, as agreed between us and government.
With tension already heightened, the speaker's attempt to address them didn't go down well with the protesters.
This grievance is against the executive, not directly against I want silence.
The pressure kept piling, necessitating the speaker to leave without successfully addressing them. One after the other, the lecturers left, hoping that their message has been passed and due attention would be accorded them in order to end their 8 months unpaid outstanding salaries and non-payment of their entitlement since September 2013.
And now to the south part of the country and the issue of the internally displaced persons there. The National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons have commenced registration of these internally displaced persons in Edo State. The exercise, however, aroused suspicion amongst the people who thought it was another attempt to evacuate them from the center. Take a look.
A few months back, there was an attempt to relocate these IDPs by some persons, citing orders from the Presidency. So the presence of another agency from the Presidency immediately aroused suspicion from the IDPs in the center, who questioned the motives of the personnel conducting the registration.
We are very happy we can praise God freely anytime, any moment, and they say that they want to take our picture. We are afraid because it has been happening that if they have your picture, they may be use it to catch you when you are traveling. They have been doing that many to catch some people, to kidnap people. That's why we are afraid of that.
The coordinator of the center summoned an emergency meeting to douse the tension.
Sometimes they are using pictures to catch person when you are traveling or whatever.
It was the same kind of form. It's just that they said that one is the old one, but this is the current one. That this one is specially made for us. But I want you to know something. I can never deceive you. This one will not harm you.
The registration continued afterwards, following assurances from the officials. In the meantime, support continues to pour in from visitors who consider the services of the camp a humanitarian responsibility.
To those I spoke to, and they responded without hesitating, without asking questions. When they heard of the plight of these children, they brought out money happily. And I know that they will do more.
For these children, assurances is all they desire to guarantee their stay in this place.
Still to come on News Across Nigeria, Governor Seriake Dixon of Bayelsa State emerges the sole People's Democratic Party candidate for the upcoming 5th governorship elections, plus a fire incident in Lagos. Please stay with us.